prefer Sir Nicholas, if you don't mind.
Nearly headless.
Tiny bit like Harry. Because I'd like to have an owl.
I'm a nerd, alright? Just a big old nerd. I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I love comic books and video games and all sorts of nerdy things. I love Harry Potter. And let me tell you something else. I have been through the whole Potter rigmarole, okay? I've played so many games. I've read all the books. I've watched the movies dozens and dozens of times. Hey, I'm even listening to the new full cast recordings on Audible. I do like some Potter, okay? But I have never played a better Potter game than Hogwarts Legacy. This thing came out in 2023, and it sort of blew my mind just a little bit because I was expecting a Potter game that was good, even though this takes place, you know, a good 150 years before the era of the dark wizard named Voldemort.
Voldemort? Don't say his name. Sorry.
So the thing is that it was great. It was really fun, and it made you feel like a wizard kid, okay? It made you feel like an enrolled student at Hogwarts School for Witchcraft and Wizardry, because you got to go to classes, you got to tame fantastic beasts, you got to wield the wand, you got to take out dark wizards, you got to do everything. You even got to investigate the entire Hogwarts region. It was so complete. The school is fully detailed. The region is fully detailed. The modeling, the mechanics of it. It gets slightly repetitive late game just because at some point you realize that you've seen all there is to see and do all there is to do, but there's a lot to hold your attention before that happens. The only thing it doesn't have is Quidditch.
It's the championship Quidditch game. Now you can settle the score between Gryffindor and Slytherin.
Because you could ride a broom. In fact, there were all sorts of challenges, and in fact, they had the famous Hogwarts Quidditch pitch right out back, baby. So where was that from the game? Well, it was missing. It was taken out of the game by the developer. And the reason it was taken out was time constraint, was budget, was space, was all sorts of things. And lo and behold, a couple years later, we got this other game called Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, which is kind of an okay game.
Now get to your brooms and get to work!
I can actually find no concrete proof online that they should have been one game, these two experiences. No interviews really, no stories, no articles, just rumors. It just sort of makes sense, no? That they put out one, forgot, or quote unquote left out the one thing, and then made a game about the one thing separately. I understand why they did it, like Hogwarts Legacy is a massive game, but Quidditch Champions is not so much a massive game. Quidditch Champions is arcadey. It's fun, it's fast. The mechanics of the broom riding itself are basically a hyper-tuned version of what's in Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is very floaty, and the broom mechanics in Quidditch Championships it's very sharp, it's very fast. You can play a sport with this, but there's not a lot going on here because there's only so many matches that you can play against the computer. You can play online, which is fine. It's cool because you can switch between all four positions of Quidditch on the fly. It's set up for fun, but it's not set up for longevity. That's kind of the problem with it. They even have a lot of cosmetics that you can kind of buy with this currency that seems to kind of flow endlessly out of the game itself. But again, I feel like you're going to get maybe a day or two of fun out of this and then really never touch it again because it's a small component. It ought to have been, I believe, and I think I'm not the only one who believes this, right? That it should have been in Hogwarts Legacy. So maybe in Hogwarts Legacy 2, man, we'll actually see Quidditch like this incorporated into the full experience. But I have to say, I was a little underwhelmed, even though I could be Harry and I could be Ron, I could be Snape. Snape is my beater, you know.
Tonight when we get back to the common room, we'll both have partners. Agreed? Agreed.
I actually made him a part of my team. That's cool, but there's just nothing here to hold on to, man, once you get past the fun of, you know, actually playing a game either online or with, you know, the computer. Where's the beef? Where's the Harry Potter beef? So here's what I'm kind of talking about in terms of the difference of broom riding mechanics. And to help me demonstrate, I have my special Hogwarts Gryffindor pitch gloves, whatever. Here's the thing. These mechanics here, over here, they're really floaty, and I always felt like difficult on purpose. On purpose. Because they would have been a little bit easy if they were like they are in Quidditch Legends, you see. They made it difficult on purpose, I've always felt, because you actually have to ride around and do battle on your broom. You actually have to get in the fray. You're not just playing the Quidditch. So if they actually had put these two games together, following that logic, you would have seen a pretty wild variance between what the mechanics are like on missions versus what they'd be like on the pitch. Because one wouldn't play with the other. You have to be arcadey. You have to be Twitch. You have to be on the fly to catch a golden snitch. You ever tried to catch a golden snitch? You ever try that? It's not easy. Ask HP. Ask Mr. Harry Potts. I suppose that after Hogwarts Legacy launched, they could have had a Quidditch DLC or something like that, but they chose to release a separate game. No judgment on that, because I feel like Quidditch Champions, even though it's short on content, it's short on time, it's not short on charm, and Lord knows there ought to be another modern version of Quidditch game, especially since Quidditch World Cup is like, I don't even know, like almost 20 years old. The thing about all of this, though, is Hogwarts Legacy 2 is coming. We know it's coming. We know they're working on it. We don't know a heck of a lot more than that. We don't have a date. We don't have anything, really. We don't even have system requirements for the PC version, man. There's no gameplay footage. There's nothing as such. We just know that Portkey Games is pursuing it. We know that it'll launch within the next 2 or 3 years, most likely. And that's about it. But I have to tell you, if you've never played Hogwarts Legacy, don't worry so much about Quidditch Legends, okay? Just pretend that the Quidditch is in there. But if you've never played Hogwarts Legacy, Portkey Games, they made something very special with that game. And I mean within the commercial sense. I don't mean that it's out of bounds, out of control creative, or out of bounds, out of control revolutionary. As far as Potter games, though, it kind of is, because it's the first time. And I know people who've played it. My wife played all the way through several times. A guy I grew up with, his family has played it multiple times. There's just so much anecdotal evidence and so much critical evidence too that something cool happened with this game. If they can capture lightning in a bottle twice, why, all bets could be off in the wizarding world. Can I tell you something? It's a little exhausting keeping this up. I'm gonna need a break. Butterbeer, anybody?
Congratulations to all of you for being accepted to Hogwarts. These are going to be the best days of your lives. Honestly, the best. It does not get better.